This week's Deep Shot is about scheduling, and specifically why the Tennessee-Georgia game on November 5th is going to be a 3:30 game. Now look, I get it. You want this game to be a night game. The Bulldogs haven't yet had a home night game this season. They entered the season as the reigning national champion. It's an electric atmosphere in Sanford Stadium, and I totally understand the logic behind fans wanting to see this happen. But for all the hopes and wants from Georgia, this game is almost certainly going to be a 3:30 kickoff. The reason being is because of the current television contract with CBS, ESPN, and the SEC. CBS gets one night game a year. They have to announce the week they're going to do it in the offseason. And naturally, given the fireworks that emitted from the Jimbo Fisher-Nick Saban feud, they picked Texas A&M and Alabama. It was the right call at the time, but obviously as the season played out, Texas A&M clearly took a step back. That's the one time all year CBS, who gets first pick of games, can have a night game. And looking at the schedule for the week of the November 5th games, there isn't a better game on the schedule than Georgia-Tennessee. There might not be a better game on the schedule for the rest of the college football season than Georgia and Tennessee November 5th. It's the first time, potentially, since 1983 that two top 5 teams in Sanford Stadium have met. And given that the college football playoff rankings come out that Tuesday, there's a very real world where Georgia is number 1 in those rankings and Tennessee is number 2, entering that titular showdown. It'll be the first time potentially in Sanford Stadium history that the number 1 team and the number 2 team play each other in the country in that stadium. They've been playing football there for quite a long time. But that game is going to be at a 3:30 kickoff because CBS gets the first pick that week. They get it every week. That's how it'll be until the end of next season when the contract expires from CBS and flips over to ESPN. So where this game being played in 2024 probably would be the night game. It'd probably be the ABC kickoff. But as currently constituted, CBS gets first pick. And even if CBS for some reason bypassed this game to say Alabama-LSU, this game still couldn't air on ABCs. It would have to air on ESPN at 7 o'clock due to the contract stipulations. So all change in the coming seasons, and while I understand some fans might be disappointed currently in the fact that they're not going to have a night game, that shouldn't take away anything from this game. The atmosphere is absolutely going to be electric. This game is still going to be fun, and assuming Georgia wins, it's going to be an absolute party in Sanford Stadium. Consider last year, Georgia had a top 10 game against number 8 Arkansas when the Bulldogs were number 2. That game was a noon kickoff, and the atmosphere in Sanford Stadium was still incredible. Yes, I understand the tailgating atmosphere and wanting to have that build up all day to that game. But as Saturday showed with Tennessee and Alabama also being a 3:30 kickoff, it doesn't matter what time games are played. So long as you have big-time programs like Georgia and Tennessee with real stakes on the line, at the very least the SEC East Championship, and quite likely a college football playoff berth potentially, doesn't matter what time you play these games. You can play them at 8 a.m. in the morning or 3:30 in the morning. Georgia and Tennessee is going to be a big game, and even if it's not a kickoff at nighttime, by the time the fourth quarter rolls around and the sun is setting in Sanford Stadium, I bet Georgia fans are going to be pretty happy with the atmosphere that they'll have put forth that day.